We're back on the Real Leel Show, and it's time for me and Zach to give y'all our top 5 running backs going into the 2019 season. Zach, won't you take us away with your number 5 running back? Who's number 5?
All right, for me, number 5, I'm gonna go with the guy you mentioned briefly, Todd Gurley. I think last year, the first couple weeks, this dude was clearly the best running back in the league, and you don't really hear from him after that. Going into this year, I think it's a big year. There are some health concerns apparently. Rumbling around Rams camp said that he might apparently be on a snap count. The dude's been banged up a lot, but I know when he's on the field, when he's making plays, I'd have him at number 5.
Who you got? Go ahead.
Can continue?
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. I'll go Le'Veon Bell. I understand he didn't play all of last year, but I think people are forgetting when this dude was on the field, how good he was and how much he affected the game. He was, I believe, in probably 2017 as well as 2016, the best running back in the league. New team, Jets offensive line, they're hoping it's improved. They have some new faces, Ryan Khalil. But I think with the guy, the Jets haven't had a playmaker as good as him in a while. I will have Le'Veon Bell at number 4. At number 3, I'll go Alvin Kamara. This is a guy that, hasn't really shown that hasn't shown, but his 2 years in the league, he's really been a dynamic duo with Mark Ingram. Now is going to be his time to, show the league, okay, let's see what I can do by myself. Every time he touches the ball, he moves, gets forward yardage. He's been unreal. And I think he's a big reason as to why the Saints offense is so good. I'll have him at number 3. Number 2, the guy we just spoke about was Zeke. He just makes the Cowboys a different team. Such a dynamic runner, makes some crazy cuts. I think the Cowboys are a different team without him. He's number 2. And number 1, I will go with Saquon Barkley. The dude was just too good last year. A physical freak. So hard to bring down. Unfortunately, the Giants don't have much around him, but he's so fun to watch. He is my number 1 running back.
All right. Okay. All right. I see your list. At number 5, right? Real Leel's top 5 running backs going into the 2019 season. At number 5, this was a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara. The reason why I choose Alvin Kamara over Todd Gurley simply because this was 5 and 6. Simply because I know Alvin Kamara's usage rate is gonna go high. It's gonna be higher simply because he is the offense along with Drew Brees. He is the offense along with Thomas as well. But he is no Mark Ingram there anymore. You see what he can do with the ball. Even catching the ball. He's used as a wide receiver as well. His usage rate, I believe, is going to be higher than somebody as Todd Gurley going into the season who was banged up. We didn't know what happened with him towards the playoffs. We was like, what was going on? I believe that, Todd Gurley is going to have flashes of the old Todd Gurley, but he's probably going to struggle getting back into the game form in the beginning of the season. So that's why I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara at number 5. At number 4, like you brought up, a lot of people really forgot how good this guy was. He dominated the league for 2 years in a row, was the best running back in the league. Obviously, he changed the game for the running back position. A lot of guys started taking his move with stopping and making sure being patient and watch the lane open up and then take off with it. A lot of guys use that same formula. Le'Veon Bell, number 4. I believe that he's well rested. Yeah, he missed a year of football, but at the end of the day, in the running back position, that's a year that you will actually like to have, where you can get your body back in form. He should be fresh. He should be ready to go for the Jets, rather. And I believe he's going to be a force on that offense, and he's gonna show a lot of people why he was the number 1 running back when he was. At number 3. The brother just got paid. I expect the brother to be eating just like what he be doing when he scored a touchdown in Ezekiel Elliott, number 3. I believe that he is the Cowboys offense. And because he is the Cowboys offense and he is the best player on the Cowboys offense, on the offense, is why I believe his usage rate is going to be higher and he's going to be number 3. I believe that, like I said, he just got paid. I expect Ezekiel Elliott to be in good form. Yeah, he was in Cabo, but I believe that, he worked out. He'll get back in shape in time to put up a lot of decent stats. So I'm going with him, Ezekiel Elliott at number 3. At number 2, Christian McCaffrey. I believe that this brother is the Panthers offense, with a banged up Cam Newton. With a Cam Newton that has been criticized, well-deserved criticism as well, because Cam Newton, outside of that MVP season he had, he has not performed to the caliber or the potential that we thought he could perform after having that MVP season. He looked old, not old, but he hasn't been healthy. You know what I'm saying? He had the arm issues. He tried to play in the preseason, got injured again. He's banged up, and I believe, how do you accommodate that? By getting the ball into the hands of your playmaker. Christian McCaffrey is a playmaker on offense, and I believe that's why he's my number 2 on my list. And number 1, I gotta go with the guy out of Penn State, Mr. Saquon Barkley himself. I believe that he is going to be the Giants' offense, and especially if Eli Manning is there. Obviously, the wide receivers, they're missing ACL injuries. You had suspensions and Golden Tate and stuff like that, and all the issues with the wide receiver core. They're gonna rely heavily on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is gonna have a heavy workload, sort of the same workload that I'm gonna have this semester in college. All right, all the credits that I'm taking in all the hard classes, I'm gonna have a hard workload, and I believe Saquon Barkley's workload is probably gonna be harder than mine on the same plateau. So that's why he's my number 1. So there you have it. Alvin Kamara at number 5 for me. Le'Veon Bell at number 4 for me. Number 3, Ezekiel Elliott. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. And number 1, Saquon Barkley. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I love McCaffrey. He was probably number 6 on my list. Really good player. I'm not very high on the Panthers this year. That's kind of why I didn't have him on the top 5. Another guy to watch that I think people forgot about how good he is David Johnson. I think was banged up the last 2 years, wasn't on great offense. I think when the Cardinals get going, they hope that Cliff Kingsbury is going to be able to really get things firing there. And after, I think that probably my top 7, and then a little bit of a gap. I think you could throw guys like let me see, like James Conner, who had a good year last year, Philip Lindsay, guys like that. But I think they're kind of on the next level. I think that's a pretty good list.
I get my unique takes on the latest news going on in the world of sports and pop culture. This is your boy Leel, and ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal.